he's gonna electrocute
No.
some bitch, and she's like, "I've had your lightning before." And he's like, "You've never had black lightning though,"
Oh God.
or some shit.
That's a perfect sexual innuendo if I ever
It
heard one.
is.
Yeah, no, but that Static Shock show was amazing.
I
It was
fucking
good.
loved it. WB Kids was so lit.
Yeah, it was Saturday morning cartoons. Fuck.
Fucking let's go.
It had that, it had the Batman, fucking
It had both the
Sonic
Batmans. It
X.
had Batman the animated series, and then it had the other one, didn't it? Like the
Batman.
actual the Batman.
Yeah. I don't know about animated series because I never
I know it
watched
had
it.
animated series. Fucking
But
loved that shit.
and then Ninja Turtles, that was like my favorite one out of all
Yep.
of them.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
And
Turtles.
that was like the really edgy Ninja Turtles too. I remember having
Turtles
a
got it,
conversation
yeah.
with my math teacher about it. She's like, "Yeah, I grew up with the ones that like actually had eyes and they were fun. Yeah, now these edge lords around. I don't really like those." I'm like, I guess to each their own, right? But
Yeah, you know, some people like edgelords.
well,
I feel like shit has more gone towards the Teen Titans Go kind of
Ew.
things.
Jesus Christ, Billy,
What?
the lights, man.
I opened up
huge
Notepad.
difference.
I was saying, did you just turn lights on, or what the fuck just happened?
I just opened up
He's
Notepad
going
and
into the
threw it up
light.
top.
He's going into the void.
Well, what happens
You
when
got
I
one of
open
those ring
Notepad?
lights?
Here's Notepad for me.
Speaking of
Ah.
going into the void, welcome to the Mere Nonsense podcast.
The near
Welcome to
nonsense.
the After Dark episode, even though it's light out for once.
Right. Oh, so
You know, for the first time, we're doing this podcast not at 11 o'clock at night.
yeah, my schedule at work has been pretty fucky, and I don't think I'll get a set schedule for at least another 2 weeks.
You broke your fucking foot.
I didn't break my foot, surprisingly. It
Hey man, you
hurt
gotta
like
be careful
hell,
when you
that's
step
for
on
sure.
those Legos.
But
Explain what happened again. One, for the audience, but two, because I was probably playing Apex when you were explaining it.
So I don't know
three,
if you
'cause I've
know
never heard
what electric pallet jacks look like, but yeah, it's in the name, and those things are heavy as shit. And we have one in the trailer while we're delivering, and is on Sunday. I was in the middle of my last stop, and I was focusing on this pallet, trying to make sure it doesn't like tip over, because all day they just gave me the tallest pallets in the world, and it was just all over the place. So while I was backing up, I wasn't paying attention to what's behind me, and there's this big container that had Coca-Cola in it, and it's a huge metal container, and I ended up bumping into it. When I tried to step out of the way, I kind of tripped, and then the pallet jack just kept moving back with me, and then it crushed my foot in between the jack and the metal. Yeah, that hurt like a bitch, and surprisingly, it turned out a lot better than it did, because it felt worse than it looked. I barely got a bruise on it, but it hurt like hell, and I was limping that entire day. But, 3 days later, I'm good. Yeah, I was supposed to.
Therapy.
Well, I was supposed to, but I mean, I haven't. I'm not limping. I don't. The only time I feel pain in it right now is when I actually like touch it, where it ended up hurting or getting hit.
Right.
So they're like, all right, you don't need physical therapy. I'm like, thank fuck, because that seems like a waste of time.
Oh, that reminds me. I just visited my parents, and they're watching my niece and nephew, and my niece dropped something on her foot while I was there, and she was like playing, like doing some arts and crafts when I came over, and she's like, "Do you want to join me?" And I'm like, "No, that's fine." And she tried handing me like scissors or whatever, but I was like, "No, I'm okay." And then later she dropped the thing on her foot, and she's like crying because her like toe hurts or whatever. And I go and grab the scissors that she gave me earlier, like, "Oh, we got to take them off." And the look of her eyes when I started to bring this, her eyes went so fucking wide, and she started crying worse. And I'm like, If that doesn't sum me up as an uncle, I don't know what does.
You ever have I don't know how you guys grew up, but I don't know if you guys ever had this like an uncle that just like always fucked with you, or a cousin that always fucked with you that's older, and you just never got out of it. Like they're just always like picking on you or whatever. Um, I know I had a cousin that just was just a fucking bully, dude. Just always fucking like hitting me or whatever.
Arlette, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, so my parents are old, and all of the cousins I have are my brother's age, so they're in their 40s. So I would either,
Nice.
yeah, I would either be with my their kids, which are about my age, or on my dad's side, the only cousin I have on my dad's side is probably like, I guess I have two. One's I'm 27, she's probably like 25, and then the other's like 21. Um, but yeah, no, and I guess I would be that bully, but I wasn't even like that, you know. So and then uncles wise, like I have like the chillest uncle on the planet, or I guess I have technically two uncles. One uncle is on my mom's side. He was married to my mom's twin sister who passed away. Um, my parents always joke that I look more like him, so they think I'm the twins' son instead.
Oh god.
Um, and then my other uncle, I never see him, but my aunt on that side is the one the with the Chucky doll that scared me as a kid. So
Oh my! Speaking of dolls, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but do you remember Megan Beckway's house going into her guest bedroom? So this girl we knew growing up, they had this guest bedroom where they had a shelf on every wall of that room, and they just had all the porcelain dolls you can think of just staring at the fucking bed.
not even just the shelf though. It was like all over the floor. Like I think there was like stuffed things on the floor. I wouldn't even just call them animals. Porcelain dolls everywhere. Like that entire room was a doll room.
That was fucking
Terrifying.
terrifying.
I just picture like walking in there and having all of them go all at once.
Just look at you.
Yeah.
Billy would be the one to bring a Ouija board in there.
I would not actually. I told you guys my story about the army about them making a fucking makeshift
yeah.
Ouija board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
I
I'll be the, I'm the kind of guy that would date a girl that would bring a Ouija board into that shit though.
I do not accept all this negative energy.
Right? I am clean.
Dude.
Yeah, I think no matter what I believe in, I don't think I would ever fuck with a Ouija board because let's say there's like a 1 in a billion chance that it's gonna summon a ghost, and I ain't taking that chance. Fuck that.
You mean a demon? The whole point of a Ouija board is to summon a ghost, that guy.
Okay, either way, I'm saying like let's say that there is a small chance that actually could. I'm not gonna take that chance.
I'm right there with you. I couldn't do it.
The dead is dead. I don't care. Like I'm like unless I have some billionaire like great grandpa and he hid his treasure somewhere. I don't fucking care.
You're gonna end
I'm
up
not messing
summoning
with that.
Scrooge McDuck, and you're just like, "Fuck you, give me my money."
Right.
So what was?
I don't have any money.
Do you guys remember that Courage the Cowardly Dog episode when Eustace's brother left him a box of like $1 million, but he didn't have the key? You don't remember that episode?
No.
Why does that sound like every single crypto wallet article where someone doesn't have their password?
Well, because like the whole premise of the episode is like Eustace's brother has passed away for a while, and he's got this box, and it was just sitting in the attic, and it's sat in the attic because Eustace didn't have the key, and they hire, I mean, she's like the green rat-looking Chihuahua dog thing. That's the supposed to be like the fortune teller.
Yeah.
And they speak to his dead brother, and he's like, "You're not getting the key. It's my fortune." And then they finally like force it, or Eustace finally forces it open, and it's like some demon thing that like sucks him inside, and and he's swimming in mountains and rich of gold and shit.
I just love that he could never catch a break. Like no matter what he did, Eustace could never catch a break.
So
One little
doesn't
thing
even
he
love
did
him.
that was not nice, it just bit him in the ass tenfold.
Muriel was always standing behind him with her fucking rolling pin too.
Yeah,
Whack!
right. Shit, man.
Oh my god. You know they based Courage the Cowardly Dog off of like an actual elderly couple in the middle of nowhere in it was like Nevada or Arizona.
Yeah, like half the country has that picture in their house.
Mm-hmm.
Pitchfork and everything.
No, not just a pitchfork, but like the barn or the house and everything.
Yeah,
Like that's an actual place.
right. Nah.
So, when I was trying to look up that episode, and the first thing that pops up when you type in like Eustace or whatever is Eustace net worth, and I'm trying to find it. But scrolling through the rest of this, um, there's some comments on this thread for whatever reason, and this just feels like Reddit. First one, Eustace is amazing. Second one, Eustace is an asshole, but spelled @money hashtag 013. So like a kid typing that one. Eustace reminds me of my neighbor's grumpy Violet, a huge hate towards dogs, likes money. But this comment, I guess he's died in a couple episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like this
Yeah.
guy's like, yeah, if Courage didn't exist, they'd be dead. But Eustace did die in a few episodes. I don't remember that.
I mean, technically, like there's actually a couple, like one where Muriel and Eustace both die, and Courage is playing with them as puppets at the end.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
that
guys
Well,
I
saw
that's the
that
end of
remember.
episode.
season. That's like the
That
end of
one.
season 1.
That one was fucking terrifying. Just
They were all fucking
I
terrible.
remember that end. That end was so terrifying. Okay, well, like the one episode that actually scared the fuck out of me was when they go hunting for that Hydra type of thing, and like I was actually terrified when they were being chased by it. And then come to turn out, that thing is just like an opera singer, the best thing in the world.
Yeah. Just wanted someone to listen to him.
Yeah. All kinds of weird just from one episode.
I want to know who goes on to the Courage the Cowardly Dog fandom website and actually comments on it. Like, I guess not to judge. It's just, it's such an old. I don't know how to describe it. Like, small show, Like, obviously, it was big to us as kids, but like, who like all these are from 2021. Who in 2021 decided, I'm gonna look up this and start commenting.
You'd be surprised.
Right.
The things
It's like Billy going on.
Love.
The things they do for love.
Eustace has died 17 times.
Oh, so the one where they turn into puppets, a lot of people think that everything after that, because I think that was the end of season 1, everything after that is made up in Courage's mind because they actually did die.
That's a solid theory.
Courage has killed 239 people.
Holy
the
shit.
Things he does for love.
I'm actually scrolling through the subreddit for Courage.
Courage is John Wick's dog.
Yeah. Fucking. There's an episode with like a black duck, and he was just pretty much taking over Courage's spot. That was an annoying episode too, because you're just like always rooting for Courage, and as soon as anything bad happens to him, you're like, "Fuck."
You remember the was it its own standalone movie, or was it off of the Scooby-Doo the Hex Girls movie? But the Chickens from Outer Space.
Chicks from Outer Space.
Where it was Courage the Cowardly Dog, but chickens came from outer space, and like they lost an egg or something, and Courage found it, or their brother got captured and was gonna get served up as some kind of like duck meal, duck stew, and Courage saved him, and the chickens like went away after it. It was after the movie, I think. But apparently that was the pilot episode for Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Interesting.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I barely recall anything about this show.
I feel like this podcast over the months has delved into a Courage and Scooby-Doo and Open House podcast.
Not
like
really.
when people ask me what topics we cover, like I just tell them just Scooby-Doo.
Just
Scooby-Doo.
Okay, see, Scooby-Doo, I believe it because we did. I mean,
we did have like a whole podcast and a half over
we
it.
didn't put it out.
We've had several episodes where we've talked about it a lot.
But the first time we did it, we didn't put it out, and that was almost a full episode on just Scooby-Doo.
that was the Scooby-Doo episode. You're right.
God.
So I've been watching Attack on Titan, and just the first season alone, like the rock music that they play, I absolutely love it, dude. Like you don't hear rock music like that anymore. It's almost like I don't know, like not a forgotten genre. It's just not really there. Like some of their music kind of reminds me of Thousand Foot Crutch. I don't know if you remember them, Brad. Stuff like that. Just, I miss like a bunch of different rock music coming out and not just sticking to heavy metal.
Yeah, I try to keep up with like, I guess it'd be more alternative music, but so the genre that I like, so I Prevail, Beartooth, all those guys, that is considered post-hardcore, and I try to keep up with like some of that stuff. And every time a band or new band or whatever comes out with songs, they all just sound so similar and like generic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they do come out with good music, but yeah, it's just very similar now. There's nothing that stands out, I guess. Like 3 Days Grace, it's their voice and the way that they almost always play their guitar. Like it's just not being played like that by different bands, you know. And then another one.
Well, 3 Days Grace comes out with the same song 20 times now. That's their problem. Is all of their music, yeah, it's unique to themselves because they only play that song and then change
but they're actually like playing for their audience. Like the majority of their audience that still listens to them is like, fuck yeah, this is the stuff I like.
Yeah, it's not these rock bands turning into pop punk shit, you know.
Yeah,
pop goes.
I feel like everyone's gone that way. Like Panic at the Disco went that way.
You know what's funny though? I actually like Panic at the Disco more.
Now
there's maybe like a handful of songs that I liked from them back then, but now I like a lot more of their music.
The opposite.
I always knew you were a pop kind of guy, Z.
A pop kind of
soda.
Guy. A pop
soda?
star.
Pronounced soda.
Sodie pop.
Sodie pop. Have you seen that clip of the two chicks from like My 600-Pound Life or whatever? Or like how many sodas do you have? Pop? Sodie pop? Yeah, I have like 12 sodies a day or whatever. God, I couldn't imagine having that much soda in a day.
Can't say I've seen that clip.
Did you ever see that clip of this family? I want to say it's like 2 sisters and 1 brother, and they're all huge and they're getting weighed. And then the last girl comes up and she's supposedly the biggest one. Now, mind you, all of them are at least like 500 pounds. And this one comes in, the last one, she weighs in, and the brother's just like, damn. That's so fucked up.
So fucked.
Oh shit!
I hate how there are shows like that out there.
Yeah,
because like I don't think it's encouraging people to be like that, but I also don't think it's like completely discouraging people either. Where I
Yeah,
think
you want to be on TV?
okay, I don't think that fat shaming should be like I don't think you should bully people for being fat, right? I don't think that's the thing at all. But I also
Mm.
don't think that you should support it. So the fact that shows like that are coming out, I feel like some people are like, "Damn, if I get really fat, I could be famous and go to one of those shows." It's like, don't do that to
Well,
yourself, man.
it's just like that whole thing when those like teen pregnancy shows came out, where it's like the girl got pregnant at 17 or 18 or whatever,
Teen and
and
pregnant,
they were all like more and more were coming out because people were just like, I can get famous from this.
right?
Trendsetters.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I got pregnant back then. I could have been famous.
Right? I'm gonna have billions.
You know,
All
if
that
I
welfare.
actually, arguably, if I somehow got pregnant now, I could still be famous.
At the very least, you'd get, you know, a lot of welfare.
Modern welfare.
Modern welfare.
Modern welfare.
Yeah.
Modern welfare 2, cash and checks.
Cash and checks.
Speaking of, so
Okay.
they're the next Call of Duty this year is supposed to be Modern Warfare, a sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, which they're probably just gonna call Modern Warfare 2. But and then next year, supposedly they're not supposed to have a Call of Duty come out, so they
Why?
could focus on this Modern Warfare, and then they could focus on Warzone 2,
Yeah.
which I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, Z, but you asked me like how I'd feel about Modern Warfare 2 or Warzone 2 because of all the cosmetics and shit that have gone into the first one. Like, how the fuck are they gonna do that with the second one? You know, you put out a game for over 2 years and you put all these microtransactions in them, and you're just gonna come out with a second one with non-transferable shit. Like, that's gonna piss a lot of people off,
Especially when games nowadays actually last like at least 4 to 6 years.
right? Unless they
Did they
do
say
like
it's gonna be non-transferable?
they haven't said shit yet.
I would imagine that they'd make it somewhat transferable.
I would imagine they wouldn't, because how much of that download is just purely skins? You know, they
Yeah.
don't want to come out like, if you come out with Warzone 2, it's probably gonna end up being a bigger game. You don't want a 200 gigabyte game because no one's gonna be able to
I would
download it.
assume
It
it's
already
just
is a
gonna stick
200
within that
gigabyte game. What
Warzone
do you
1.
mean?
Especially because like all those skins are within those games, like
Right.
Vanguard and Black
Yeah.
Ops. You know, whereas Warzone 2 will be part of just Modern Warfare 2, and then whatever other Call of Duty
After
game.
that,
God.
Yeah.
So
Dual wielding MP5s, here we come.
I think if
I don't
they're
think
gonna
it'll
come
matter.
out with another, battle royale, don't attach it to any of the
Call of
current
Duty.
games. No, don't attach it to any of the current games. Like, don't
Yeah.
make it so it's gonna be. I mean, I understand why, but don't make it so it's Vanguard now and it was Black Ops before and then Modern Warfare before. No, just come out with your own game. Come out with your own new shit.
I'm more than okay with it being a clean slate, honestly. Like
Right.
with how
I'm
broken
more than okay with
Warzone
Call
is.
of Duty being done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or
I
at
think
least-
okay.
I'd say
I
at
have high
least wait
hopes.
a while because we've been so that market of modern and past warfare has been like so milked from just from Call of Duty and Battlefield. And now Battlefield came out with their game and everyone absolutely fucking hates it.
Halo Infinite's fault.
I think at the very least there should be a break. There should be like a 3 to 5 year break. You know, let other games. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but let other games take the stage. You know,
I'm fine with it. 2 years, you know.
Yeah.
Like I like the fact that there's not going to be a Call of Duty in 2023, but there will be one in 2024. I'm fine with that. You know, like that's more than some games coming out.
Yeah.
But still, you know, and I'm kind of mixed on Call of Duty because I think it has hurt the gaming industry by a lot, but it also has helped a little bit too, because hurt the industry in everyone has to feel like they have to pump out games like Call of Duty does to even compete. But at the same
Right.
time, you get the guys that get really excited for games like Battlefield and Halo and all that, and people are getting fucking tired of Call of Duty. So when a Halo comes out, everyone hops on it and they're so excited to play it because you know they're tired of the Call of Duty.
But
Right.
also a giant problem is like you can have the most loyal fan base ever, but it can only be so big if you're not actually fixing the game.
Battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that
Uh,
that game I remember talking about it so much like I can't wait until it comes out just so I can stop playing Warzone or Call of Duty in general. Like they made all the past ones fun and enjoyable and stuff, at least from my experience. Now
Mm-hmm.
this one's just not fun at all.
it's so Halo Infinite had a really good launch. A lot of people love it. Um, but it's very and I can't complain too much because it's a free to play game technically. Um, very lackluster. They came out with like 5 maps, 6 maps, or like maybe 8 maps, and 2 of them were big team only. Even then, like that's you gotta come out with more shit than that. So, like I loved playing Halo, but now I just kind of want the next season because I want more maps, maybe more guns.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was super bare bones when it came out. And again, it's fine because it's a Halo. We haven't had a Halo in years, but you gotta, you know,
I think it was
the
also
game
kind of
is
just banking on nostalgia as well.
yeah,
Yep.
the game is optimized. It plays really well. It's a good game, but similar to keeping games updated, you have to keep this one updated if you want this to be the next Halo for the next 10 years.
Right.
I
Because
think
that's what they
some
want to do.
people
They want this Halo to last a really long time.
I think some people would argue that optimized point. I got a coworker who plays it on the Xbox, and he had the hardest time getting through anything because it kept crashing the Xbox.
What Xbox
No,
is he on?
I think it's the new one, whatever the new one is.
well,
I,
if it's not the X, then it would make sense why it would keep crashing.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know he got like the newest. He doesn't have any PlayStation. It's all Xbox, and he has the newest one every time it comes out.
Gotcha. But I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Halo, this one was not made by Bungie, right?
no, the last 3 Halos have not been made by Bungie.
Okay. And Bungie's pretty much just specifically on Destiny.
Yes.
So like, that's another thing too, because you can take a look at the Gears of War games, the last two, or what was it? It's just three of them actually, right?
I don't know about
Black Tusk
Judgment.
Studios, because Judgment was not. It was not the original studio. It was a different one. I forgot what it was, but
Coalition is the last two.
yeah, it started off as Black Tusk, and then was it? Was this? Yeah, I think it started off as Black Tusk and then turned into Coalition. But you look at it now, and I mean, the player base is pretty much dead. Like as soon as that game came out, yeah, a lot of people were on it, but it didn't even last long enough. I mean, they're still like pumping out stuff into it, like cosmetics and stuff, but
Mhm.
it's nowhere near as popular as it used to be. And I feel like that's a possibility for Halo as well because there's a reason why the the original trilogy did so well. I mean, it's by that studio, and if it's
Right.
not by that studio, like I have faith. I want to have faith in whatever new people come into the industry to like make something better, but it's pretty fucking hard, honestly.
I mean, I think it also comes down to it is hard to make new shit.
Yeah,
Um, like Gears of War, for example, you have played through, you know, 60 hours of this world, you know, like what more can you do with it, especially after the ending that they had for Gears 3? It's tough, like
yeah,
you basically either have to create an entirely new threat, which they kind of did, but they also rehashed the old threat. Same thing with Halo, like you killed all of the flood, and the Flood this time are supposed to be dead. So what do? You keep going with the Covenant, and the Covenant is the OG, but then you also add in the new guys who a lot of people aren't going to like because a lot of people like the old, things, and they don't like when you add new things. But you got to add new things because it's just going to be a rehash of the old games. It's that.
Yeah.
It is a creative loss that people are going through right now with movies too.
Right.
Like
I mean, it's as you can see, it's pretty much just comic book movies that are thriving.
Yeah.
And
well,
that's
because they're taking they have 100 years of content to go from,
a lot of material, yes.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing too. Like, you see a bunch of these movies now, like everyone feels like their movie has to be a giant blockbuster to make money like Marvel does, but
right.
Yeah, it's just
not Uncharted. Uncharted is wasn't like under the radar, but it wasn't like super put out there. It had a couple trailers, but it wasn't like this huge blow up of media like a fucking Avengers movie is. And I would say that movie is going to do really well in the box office.
It actually did do pretty well. I forgot what the numbers were, but it was a success in the box office for opening weekend.
But that's also not an original story, though.
Yeah,
but
and
whatever.
On top of that, they got star power like Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland, which honestly, like, I'll watch anything either of them are in.
So I know you guys haven't watched it yet, but the Uncharted movie is a little strange with Tom Holland's accent. So I think they were mostly going for like the accent he would have in Spider-Man, where it's like pretty American, right? Like a kind of like how Midwesterners talk. We don't have like we don't talk like we're from the Bronx or anything like that, but he kept tapping into the same accent as Mark Wahlberg every now and then. And I don't know if it was because of the scenes he was in with him where they were like going back and forth and he'd pick up on the accent, but he switched between accents a lot.
Oh.
It was strange.
But his American accent isn't bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't envy British people having to do an American accent for a movie, or for multiple movies. Right. Like, because now Tom Holland is probably stuck with that American accent because he's been doing it so much. Like, future movies are going to make him use that accent.
Yeah. There's an actor, Charlie Hunnam. He played the main character in Sons of Anarchy. The guy's British, and he used that American accent for so long. I think it was like 7 seasons of the show. And once it was over, he had to work with a coach to like get his accent back.
Yeah,
because he's just using the American accent so much that, yeah, he just forgot about the British part.
It's like what's his face? The guy who plays Dean in Supernatural. Like, he's American and he uses American accent like a normal one, but he always talks deep like this, and he's had on multiple podcasts where he's like, yeah, sometimes I just go to that voice, like I don't talk to I just talk like this sometimes.
I really wish I could finish that show. Supernatural is just so much fun, but like, I think I left off. I just burnt myself out because I binged it so fast.
Same.
I would go back to it and watch like one episode, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'll probably finish it at some point in my lifetime, but anytime soon it won't happen.
All right, what is your camera focusing on, Billy? Is it your mic?
No, my freaking
your mic. The light from the mic.
It's the forehead.
The forehead.
Forehead's
the dog hit my freaking table and everything shit. There we go.
See, look, you just scratched your forehead. No,
move the hair out of the way. It was a single fucking hair.
I liked the like Scooby-Doo aspect of Supernatural at the beginning where they're like ghost hunting and
yes, that's what
I love that. And then like this, I have the same complaints with Doctor Who, where then they start to go into like the deeper stories, and it's like, I don't care about this shit. I just want to see them fuck around and find a Winnebago.
Right. See,
Winnebago to see.
But I also like the deeper stories too, like to an extent, I guess. But
yeah,
no, I that's definitely like the best part about it is that Scooby Doo aspect. Just all these clues, and then whatever monster it is, take it out and call it a day. Right. Talk about their daddy issues in the next episode.
Mommy issues.
That too.
I watched 7 seasons in the span of just a couple months in college, and might have been more, might have been less. I don't remember, but I got up to, I don't know how far you got, but I got up to the Leviathans. Cass became like he basically became God, and they had to put Cass in his place. And after that, it woke the Leviathans, and the Leviathans can like take over people or some shit. I got to that part and I stopped. Too. Yeah. But like some of my favorite episodes, like I love the Groundhog Day episode. Like that one's fun, like trying to figure out like why is Dean going through Groundhog Day, or Sam, whichever it was affecting.
My favorite episode would have to have been I think it was Croatoan or something like that, where I think it was Dean. Dean gets sent into the future or something just to like show him what Croatoan did. Is just this disease or whatever, or like something where like there's just a bunch of demons out. People were getting killed. It was a post-apocalyptic type of thing, and his brother was the main center of it. Yeah, because Sam was supposed to be like the leader of it, and like he would bring doomsday or whatever.
They're called Croatians, Z, and that's a real country.
The country is Croatia.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't remember that episode at all. All I know is it gets fucking ridiculous with the angels and demons and the gods and the devils and the.
It was really cool at first. It definitely was really cool at first.
Yeah,
but they just.
I'm surprised that a show that read that long was able to keep the same cast.
Yeah. They just
obviously they're
a lot of things.
What's their names again? The brothers, like the
Jared
actors'
Padalecki
names.
is Sam, and then Jensen Ackles is Dean. Jensen Ackles is actually playing a character called Soldier Boy in The Boys season 3, is it?
Yep.
Which is pretty much supposedly like a Captain America type of character.
See, this doesn't feel right to me because I feel like it should be more. Jensen Ackles' net worth is apparently $14 million, and he gets $175,000 per episode. I feel like it should be more than that.
I feel like it would be more, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is that his take home? Does it subtract like any donations or anything he does? Because he does a lot of donating too.
And they probably get a bunch of royalties too, just for like reruns and stuff. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably just the take home.
Supposedly the CW is just like broke, so they're just canceling a lot of shows. They can't.
Yeah, the only show they really have going right now is what, Flash, maybe.
And a lot of people hate it, or at least the ones that are still watching it. I stopped watching
another example,
after like the 3rd or 4th season.
Another example of like losing creative, running out of plots, right? Yeah. If you're not going to go directly with the comics, you're going to have to come up with your own shit. And a lot of people at these studios aren't, they're not paid to come up with like fucking, Lord of the Rings.
Especially the CW formula is always like, hey, I'm not going to tell you this, and then you're going to find out, and then we're going to not talk for like the rest of the episode, and then rinse and repeat. Maybe throw in a little smooch.
Every CW show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hated Barry Allen's wife, whatever, Iris. I hated Iris specifically because of that. Like she was like her and what Cisco. Those two were the fucking worst about that shit. And then go over to Arrow. Obviously, Oliver Queen is super mysterious, so he's not going to say anything. But then also, what's the black dude's name? Him having his secret shit with the defense people, like basically Shield. And then
that was the other Flash, right? Kid Flash.
I'm talking about Arrow at this.
Oh, Arrow, gotcha.
Black dude.
Was he the gay one?
No.
Security
John
guard.
Diggle.
Oh, security guard. Diggle. Yeah.
So Diggle having like his mysteries, and then everyone has their mysteries, so they're not gonna tell each other their shit. And then, oh my god, his wife has a mystery, and then they're not gonna tell each other things, and then it's all gonna blow up in their face.
Yeah.
Then Oliver becomes a god.
Maybe it was just me.
Literally.
Maybe it was just me, like, wanting to finish it, just, like, see the outcome, even though I knew about it. But I was actually able to finish Arrow. Like,
I can't get past this shit with the kid. I don't care about the kid. Stop making me try to care about the kid.
Oh, yeah, his son?
Yeah. Like, quit making this up. Quit trying to force me into this plot point. I'm not having fun.
Right. But I did appreciate they did bring back for a few episodes here and there Deathstroke.
Yeah.
And
I like the actor
Manu
for
Bennett.
that.
Yeah, Manu Bennett. That dude is a beast for Deathstroke. Even though his outfit was kind of wacky.
Really well.
Yeah.
He looked like he was wearing hockey stuff.
I was okay with it.
It just looked too bulky. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me nitpicking though, but the character overall was really fun. I think that was probably the peak of the show was second season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because dude was just such a badass. But go ahead.
I don't know who your guys' celebrity crush is. Mine at this point, like Elizabeth Olsen is a big one, but Willa Holland,
yeah.
Oliver Queen's sister in the show.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably have to research this because, like,
Kevin Alejandro. Yeah.
I don't really have a celebrity crush in mind. Billy.
Kevin Alejandro, all the way.
Who?
Kevin Alejandro plays Dan in Lucifer.
No, don't tell me you like him. Detective douche. No, I don't even think he's that good looking of a dude.
No, I just noticed he's also in Arrow though. I was looking through the cast.
Is he?
Yeah, he plays Brother Blood.
Interesting. Did I send that to you twice? Hold on, I messaged you guys something.
Discord?
What'd you message us?
I sent Billy something. Just something I don't want to say on the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it, but I'm just saying
Oh.
No, I'm sure I sent this to Billy 100%.
Yep.
And I feel like I just sent it to somebody else.
Oof.
And I'm trying to see who I sent it to. No one in my top list I sent it to, so I think I'm good. But I'm in a lot of Discords, so I don't know.
Oof.
But yeah, so that was the thing, Billy. Since Z's not looking at it, or since I never sent it to Z.
Yeah, I can't really bring it up through here.
Oh yeah, you're fine. I'll just tell you later.
I will say
Also, another reason why I want to say it is I accidentally name dropped the podcast to my parents today, and they might listen to it, even though I told them not to.
You're
amazing.
My mom was like, "Is it vulgar?" And I'm like, "Well,
yes.
I cuss like a truck driver, so then that means that Billy and Z cuss like sailors."
Which I think real truck driver.
I think realistically, I cuss more than you guys, especially on the podcast. But
no, I think you hold back more than we do on the podcast.
Real life, I think I'm worse.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I say fuck every other
Dude,
word.
I'm just gonna be thinking about this all fucking day until I figure out who the celebrity crush is. I don't know, man. I'll get back to you in like maybe the next episode or
I don't
later.
know, man. What are you watching? What do you
I don't know.
Mikasa?
Dog.
Is Mikasa your crush?
Dude, Mikasa has been like OG waifu before I even knew that word.
Right.
Because that I think that was the first anime I watched, like, and actually like kind of try to watch it through. Because that first season of Attack on Titan came out what 2013.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was like definitely way before I even knew the word waifu.
Hey, waifu.
Like for my camera to focus on me, please. Jesus.
Just put your nose
Yeah, I don't know.
up
I
close. That thing's gigantic.
Elizabeth Olsen has definitely gotten up there. It used to be Anna Kendrick for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's another fun one.
I don't know who else.
Yeah, I don't know either, dog. I'm like, I don't know why the fuck I'm looking around trying to figure it out. Like, looking around here is gonna help me out.
I don't know. I mean, like, you seem like you used to like Jessica Alba or something, you know?
No. No, I did not.
No?
No.
Sure.
Oh, I'm positive, Billy.
I feel like you would be though.
You don't like the chick who was like Storm or whatever from X-Men?
Like the old one.
Yeah.
We were just talking about those characters' names. What was it? Fucking Sue Storm. That was her character.
I'm just thinking of
Fantastic.
Storm from X-Men.
Oh. Oh, Halle Berry?
Yeah.
Or Haley, how the
Yeah.
how the
Was it
fuck
Halle
you say-
Berry?
Halle Berry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she looked fucking awesome as Storm.
Yeah.
I don't know, dog. I'll get back to you eventually, but
Eventually. Maybe.
eventually. Fucking Billy over here. Me and Billy have been
Goblin.
grinding Lost Ark. And
Would you call it grinding?
all right, grinding for me. That's like a snack break for you. Sure.
I mean, you just don't fucking play it.
Look, no, it's not even that. It's the fact that fucking 40 hours in a video game for you is like 10. No, not even 10. It's like 5 hours for us.
I'm already over 50 hours on
See
it.
what I mean, dog?
For a game that like I didn't really plan on playing as much, I've really played a lot of it.
Yeah, here you are. Almost about to beat the game.
But no, nowhere
Okay,
near
so
it, actually.
we actually beat the very first, like, I guess, act, you would call it.
The area.
Yeah,
the first region.
island. And then they finally give us a ship, and we get to check out the rest of the map. And the rest of the map is fucking gigantic, dude. It's like, I don't know, it's
so
like 6
fucking
times
big.
bigger than the island. And we're just like, okay, well, you know, here I am thinking we're about to reach the end, but
No, we're nowhere near the end.
Nope.
So Z, I've played 62 hours and you have 20 hours.
See what I mean?
Average time to beat the game without doing all the side quests is about 27 hours and 48 minutes.
Okay, but me and Billy more than me are trying to do a ton of side quests.
So
Billy's
this
doing all
also
the fucking
marked
adventure tomes too.
So this also marks leisure. So leisure for just the main story again is 34 hours. Main plus extras 45 hours. Doing it leisurely 68 hours, and then all play styles 37 hours. That's just main story again, I think though.
And then you should pull a section for Billy 100 hours.
Bilky.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all the
Did you guys
Bilkies
know
out
though, for Lost Ark, they Korean servers finally got their first person to 100% like everything, every tome in the region, all the Makoko seeds, everything, and that game's been out for 2 years on the Korean servers.
If there was an all-out gamer war for any game ever, and it was between countries, Korea would win every fucking time. I don't know what it is about Koreans, but they are fucking nuts when it comes to grinding video games.
One, their government doesn't limit their time on the internet like China does. So, and two, They have less lives than I do.
Because like Korea was like the top dogs for like StarCraft 2, and StarCraft 2 is just intense.
Always a Korean team, man.
I just see gameplay for StarCraft 2, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, imagine actually paying money for it.
Right?
Fuck that. Free now.
Free 99.
That's how I feel about watching, I don't know, Warzone gameplay right now.
Free 99?
Free 99, but I don't want to play it. Hey, Apex is free, and I already put $300 into it.
No, you didn't.
I have definitely put in over 100.
Have you? You sure?
Yeah. I don't know how much money. I'd say I'm closer to 200 though.
Something like that. I don't know,
man. Once Rampart gets a heirloom skins, he's gonna drop $160 to get the skin.
You mean again?
Again?
No, not the heirloom, but the heirloom skin.
Oh, like, yeah, the prestige skin.
Yeah, like how Bloodhound has.
I will be surprised if they ever come out with one for her.
I mean, they're probably going to go through the lineup.
Yeah, with the rate that they're going, and they only got, what, like 8 heirlooms? Or something like
that? Heirlooms, yes.
Yeah, so now they're just going to be... Are they only going to be focusing on prestige skins now?
Oh, I doubt it. I think they're going to come out with heirlooms still.
Like, if they can throw in the heirlooms with the prestige skin, sure, cool. But like...
Crypto's heirloom was just leaked.
Yeah, but just seeing like how long it's taken them just to bring out one heirloom per character, and then they just started
about
with the
one per
prestige
season
skin with Bloodhound. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get to all the characters before the game is done.
I mean, it's about one per season right now, so like 2 a year at this point now. Maybe even 2 per season, actually, or not season, but 2. I don't remember because I remember
two per season.
Because who was it? It was Watson. Then it was Revenant, and then before that was Rampart, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the lineup of who has an heirloom. The entire top row has an heirloom. Raj, Caustic. I'm blanking on who else is in the game. But
so for heirlooms, there are Mirage, Caustic, Pathfinder.
Yeah, so top row, all of that are out. Mirage, Caustic, Octane.
Watson.
And then Watson, Revenant. Revenant, Rampart. So that leaves like that's Valkyrie, Fuse, Seer, Badubich.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't see them pumping that stuff out enough to where fucking Billy, dude. Like, you alright, man?
Shit, fucking everything just went black.
You don't know what to do with your lights today, dude.
Let's do this.
The fucking dog gets up and walks or moves around and shuffles, and everything on my screen just goes.
Billy, I saw a hand at your door. I saw a hand at your door, Billy.
Oh, someone at my door? Yeah.
There's someone in my closet.
Yeah. It's the same one, actually.
Someone under your desk, Z?
Me.
It's me.
Brad's under my desk.
Supporting you under the desk.
Did you guys see the Super Bowl trailer for Doctor Strange?
I want to say I did. Probably wasn't paying too much attention to it though.
It's got our homie bald man Professor X in it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh boy.
Bye, Billy.
Stuff's just all over the place, huh?
I'm telling you, man.
Damn, dude. We got Batman coming out, and then we got Doctor Strange coming out, dude.
We got
Moon
Elden
Knight.
Ring tomorrow night.
Yeah,
I'm
Blake.
excited for that.
Only you're excited for that.
It has a 97 average rating on all of the sites right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
When
always great to see.
Metacritic gives it a high score, you know it's good, because Metacritic is stupid with their ratings, and they always put things a lot lower than they are.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
It's the opposite of Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes just fucks everything up.
Too many people that just. I've become one of them where I just look at the reviews before I start playing a game now. I shouldn't be doing it, but there's just a lot of times where I'm like, I don't know if I actually want to jump into a game, so I'm just gonna look at the reviews.
I mean, you want to know if you're gonna waste your money and your time, though.
Yeah.
Can't waste your money if it's free to play.
Again, I beg to differ. I play Apex.
You got a point there.
But then you're not free to play. You're pay to play.
Pay to play, but not pay to win.
That's why I worded it how I did.
So fair. Uncharted made it to number 1, 44 million. For the weekend.
That's not surprising, because who is it competing against? Death on the Nile,
the dog movie.
Open House 2.
Spider-Man that's been out for like fucking months now.
I think Death on the Nile came out like this week or last week.
Jackass.
Jackass is gonna do good numbers. Billy, please watch something with ads.
Why do ads when can have premium services?
Go on Reddit.
Why go on Reddit when can watch TV on premium streaming services?
So watch TV and scroll through Reddit like normal people do.
How am I going to know the plot to Black Clover if I'm on Reddit?
You get spoiled by it. Duh.
Imagine all the movies that were supposed to come out in 2020, and you get fucking Bad Boys 3 being movie of the year or best picture of the year, some shit like that. Did you guys ever watch that movie?
No.
It was awful.
Bad Boys for Life?
Yeah. Bad Boys for Life. You know, I got drunk one day. This was when we started drinking.
You don't get drunk?
When we first started drinking. And our friend Sierra ended up throwing a party, and I think that was the first time I got drunk there too. And I ended up calling my friend, and I'm just like, hey man, we ride together, we die together, Bad Boys for Life. And he's like, did you get that from a movie? I was like, no, I made it up myself. Oh man, can't get drunk like that anymore.
Now it hurts the next day.
Yeah. Now I know what it feels like to be Brad.
You know, we normally do the podcast later at night, and I am more tired now than I am when I
was just thinking that earlier.
Like, I kind of want coffee right now. I've had an energy drink, and I had a soda earlier.
My coffee.
You need your soda pop?
I need my Sodie Pops.
Sodie Pops.
Do you?
Well, if you guys don't have anything else to talk about, I think this is a good time to end it, boys.
Yeah, fuck you, Billy.
Yeah, fuck you, Billy. This has been
fuck you, Billy.
Near Nonsense podcast.
The Dear Dominance podcast.
Deuces.